breakfast and more lively conversation. People I'm getting to know better and better. It's fun. Way home. Here's my laundry approach. Dry bag, clothes, poured in some soap. Use the shower to mix that soap in with a bunch of warm water, squish this around, rinse, and find somewhere to hang it up. I left my toothbrush at the last Jeet I went to. So I went shopping yesterday and got the smallest one. It's strawberry flavored for 3 to 6 year old. And it actually tastes pretty good. And then in about 10 minutes we got Mass right across the street. So it's Sunday, might as well go on that. I'm sure that'll be nice. And then Aumont-Aubrac, I think, is only like 12 kilometers away. So I'm sure I'll have time to fix my cart, dry laundry, and do that. Nice, easy day. All right, we'll get those drying. And Mass is like beginning right now, so hustle down there. And we found where we belong, we'll know that it carried us home. No matter where we go, at the end of every road, as the world goes by, we'll be side by side, and we'll let the sunset glow carry us home. But apparently today is the Mass where they bless the crops for the year, so Louis tells me it should be a special one. Maybe I can go meet the priest and ask him to bless my cart as well. All right, here's the plan. The weak spots, of course, are the joints, and there's the one that broke again. And I was surprised how long it stayed together with these ski poles lashed, but eventually, just half a kilometer ago, it just extended, like pulling on this one, pull them apart. So until I can cut this off again and then drill another hole through it, to at least return to its original state, what I have to do is keep these together, keep this inside that sleeve. So I'm going to take this bar and the axle and just tie a string between them to pinch them together. Then that combined with the ski pole, and I'll probably put one pole on each side just to protect the other side. And doesn't that sound like it'll work? Of course it does. Even though the hardest part is totally over now. So I could also just keep pulling it. I think it's not going to be nearly as steep, or probably not nearly as rocky for the rest of the way. So I can totally do that as well. So once again, feeling good about it. We're at the end of this first week almost. My favorite thing of all the things I've experienced here are the people. It's like Louis and Valjean and Michael, just awesome. And Amélie just got along so great. I kind of miss her, honestly, but she's gonna go home next Tuesday anyway. And my second favorite thing, I thought it was gonna be like being in France and the paysage, the scenes and everything, which is fantastic. But man, after another really good meal last night, I think I'm gonna have to say this is the food. Thing number 3, of course, is the scenery. We stop at a little cafe, that one town with the beautiful waterfalls. And I got a crepe where I met Emily and met up with some of my old friends, Diane and Carrie. And just looking up the street, there's these cobblestones, these big old stone buildings, and it felt like I'm in a movie set, because that's where I've seen these kind of things the most. And it's so different in person than just seeing neat photos. And the fourth thing, I suppose, would be just the walking, putting in the miles, clearing my mind, all that. I expect after some time that overall the walking effect is going to be really valuable. That's cool. And the other thing that's cool is that I have finished this part of my repair. So I've got that jammed in as deep as it can go. I've got 4 zip ties, a couple smaller ones on this end. And here's the other thing that's cool. Look at this wheel. Stays straight, it's tight. I screwed the axle over there that way, like a 1/4 inch. And I just got to tighten up this side and no more rubbing. And that I was going to take out the whole axle and try and straighten it, but this totally does the job. So in short, this means that my chariot is now completely back to its original state, at least a little bit better, a little bit stronger. And as long as I'm careful and don't tip it over and again, I think maybe I've got it made. How about that? And I could stop talking about it so much. How would you like that? For now, all good. I'm gonna go dig out some sunscreen and get on my way. 12 kilometers, piece of cake. Laundry hadn't completely dried, so see if we can hold it up there in a pretty good spot, and it's gonna be a nice warm day.
Laying in my twin bed, taking off your jeans, just like in my dreams, but you look so lonely when you're next to me. But I know what I'm doing. Either close your eyes.
It's 14K to Aumont-Aubrac today. 9 miles, that's not so bad. And just hit this steep, rough, gnarly, the kind of stuff that feels dangerous for the cart. But I found a great way to handle it. So all I do is I reach back here and grab onto the suitcase handle here, and then I put the weight there, and then it doesn't pull on this one, which I don't want to come apart. So no problem. I was warned that there's not a lot of water up in Aubrac, in this area, not just the city. But I've got plenty. Alright, this is the worst part. Too steep and narrow to go anywhere but the middle, and it tips over, so time for a little carry. Look, there ahead, the top. Temporary salvation. Hey, now that the easy part's over, we stopped to dry out the heavy wet clothes all the way and have a little lunch. This is so good, and I want to say to all you American hostess, to all you Madison, can you make something really good like this with about 1/4 of the sugar you put in? Because this is perfect. I love it. Burrito stressé, braided, I think maybe, with cream, pastry cream, and chocolate chips. Yeah. That looks like the way to go. I should have planned better. But it's not a choice, so I'll let myself think about it for a little while longer, and then I'll stop. I'm jealous of that. This is quite nice, isn't it? Et alors, j'ai pensé que je dois parler français de temps en temps pour que moi, aux fans de voyage, je peux voir combien mon accent s'est amélioré, n'est-ce pas? I think we've gone about probably 6, maybe 7K today, so we might be about halfway. Not so bad. if you have not yet begun to wonder how long my optimism will last, now might be a good time. I mean, I'm not in big doubts yet, but if I can't find replacement parts somewhere, this really isn't going to work for another 400 or 500 miles. I even just had a washer disappear. Look at that. There was a washer right there, and it wore out somehow. Can't imagine how. And it's gone. I don't think I have extras. I'll check. And for some reason, there's a lot of drag on that wheel. When I just pick it up and spin it, it goes great. I guess I need to tighten it a little bit. It's warm, but not horrible. It's probably better than the cold that's coming on Monday. Oh, that's tomorrow. So, we'll see.
We can fool around. Tell me all the things that you like. I'll turn your world around. Heaven's cold, the water here is warm, so come and take a dip. Running through my mind the whole time. It's one taste myth, one taste myth. Each shadow shimmers slow. The sunrise is calling. Oh honey, don't be boring. We'll escape into the morning and leave our woes at home. Follow me down into the wilderness. We can fool around. Tell me all the things that you like. I'll turn your world around. Heaven's cold, the water here is warmer, so come.
All right, this is a surprise. I think this one might be tougher to fix. That washer is back, so it must have gotten shoved inside, which I didn't imagine, because how would it go there with the spacer and the bearings? But it looks like the bearing is gone. That I did not foresee. So I'll take that apart at some point and see if anything can be done. And then, I mean, even if I find a garage, even if I find a piece of metal to replace that axle, rolling this thing without bearings doesn't sound like the best idea. Also, tonight is supposed to be the warmest night for a while. It is almost 5 p.m. So I was thinking of camping. I'm about a kilometer away from Aumont-Aubrac. No, Aumont-Aubrac. So maybe I'll find a spot. I watch the cars drive by and I think, look how easy that looks. It reminds me of the first car I saw after paddling 120 miles through the Everglades, crossed a bridge way down in front of me, and it just blew my mind. I had completely forgotten about that. After, I think that was 9 days. It's still over. Like, it would be irresponsible to take that for another long day, because, you know, I got the spacers in there, the 2 spacers, and they're not going to be even. The wheel's going to wobble, and bad stuff's going to happen. So it's over with the cart, one way or the other. I really should have taken the time, a little more time with some of my mechanically minded friends with this cart, and asked the question, what could go wrong, and then anticipated it and fixed them in advance. But to be honest, I don't have regrets about it. This has been a grand adventure. Well, yeah, it has, just not as grand as the full thing, but it's been a good adventure. And now I'm down to a few options. Number 1, build a new cart. That sounds unlikely. I haven't been able to find any of the parts I need, and I don't think I would, much less the tools to do it. And number 2, buy a new cart. Also impossible. Where would I find one? You know, they're uncommon, and I'm just in these small towns. Number 3, ship almost everything home and continue with the backpack, buy a decent backpack. That kind of sounds the most reasonable, so that's worth considering. Number 4, admit that this little adventure didn't pan out. So it's over. And if that's true, and that's also very possible, if that's true, then I get to decide where do I go next. Do I pay the change fee and just fly home? Or do I find somewhere to take a bus to spend the next month? And where might that be? Well, Morocco comes to mind. You know, knock off another little bucket list thing. So we'll keep thinking it over, consider our options, and do something tomorrow. And it's supposed to be warm tonight. It's supposed to only get down to 50 Fahrenheit, 10 Celsius. That's like 6-8 degrees warmer than 2 nights ago. So I should be fine, better off than I was. There's a great big ant on my shoe. I'm not sure I like that idea. Is there a bunch of those? So making decisions like this is almost impossible. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to decide one way, say that's what I'm doing, and then sit with that for a while and try another way. But when you boil it down, the main thing it comes down to is, like, the cart option is out for the rest of the trip. Sorry. It was a great idea, just not executed quite well enough. I hate to say it. I'm afraid that's what's going to happen. I'm afraid for now I'm going home. Not immediately. I'll have to think of where else I want to hang out a little bit before I go, I guess. And then come back and do it right. But then Robert Frost came to mind. You know, the color of the Camino is yellow. And I thought about that. And 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry, I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I sat in my hammock and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, for it was grassy and wanted wear. As for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. Both paths that morning equally lie, and leaves not step had trodden black. Oh, I'd save the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubt that I shall ever come back. Or go back. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So, but the part that got me was the line where it says, "Yet knowing how the way leads on to way, I doubt that I shall ever come back." I could come back, but I might not, and that's a sad thought. I have enjoyed this so much. I've met some really great, dear people. I'll miss them. I've really liked the French countryside down here, southern France. So maybe that will all draw me back, right? Yeah, let's just say that's the case. So that's what I think. That's what I think will happen. I'm not excited to go home. What's there? What's to be excited about? Actually, it is spring, and I got my motorcycles. But how much did that make me want to ride today? Probably camp here. Maybe I'll change my mind and go look for a Jeep in town. But that's probably it. So if you stuck with me so far, thank you for watching. I hope this was useful. I hope it gave you a really clear idea of what to expect for the first 101 kilometers of the Camino, of the Chemin Pugliensis, the Chemin de Santiago. And if you're thinking about doing a cart, I know you have learned from my mistakes. Anyway, if this is the end of this adventure, all we've got ahead of us is the future, and I can fill that with as much adventure as I want, all different kinds. So, and so can you. So, go have some by all means. Why on earth wouldn't you? The time's gonna pass, so what will you have to show for it? help you have some really, really sweet, dear memories. Like me from this last week. This is only a week. I can't believe this is only a week. It's worth a lot more than weeks I've had for a very long time. No question about that. All right. I'll see you in the next installment, whatever that may be. Guess what? My clothes are still a little bit wet. I shouldn't be trying to camp out in that. I'm not going to be warm. So, I don't feel the energy. Let's go find a place to stay.
I won't waste another hour. Baby, you don't know your power. I'll take you to the wild, lady. Sing a welcome to the wild.
Look how pretty this is. Really nice little path. And you know what? What if I do send all my heavy stuff home? Then maybe my cart will be fine. So I do have another option still. Maybe I'll consider it. I think those are firefighters recruiting. Hey, maybe I could move here and volunteer. We came down to town. Ran into shock. Now my roommate called the landlady here, verified there's a spot. Feels so good to have taken a shower. This is a nice place. It feels really like home.
I'm gonna take you away. So just close your eyes and let me touch you again. I wanna make you feel something. I wanna make you all mine. I wanna make you feel it. Some nights under city lights, we're just killing time. I think I can feel it. I think I can feel it. Summer nights under city lights, we're just killing time. I think I can feel it. I think I can feel it.